Hi friends and welcome back. My name is Elizabeth and these are the little bits that make up my life. Today we're going to talk about something that I don't really want to talk about. And you're probably thinking to yourself, well, Elizabeth, why would you talk about it? It's because it's something that needs to be talked about. It is the big elephant in the room. Today we're going to talk about my weight loss journey. I want to lose 110 pounds by the end of 2017, and I know I can do it. I know I can do it. I know I can do it this time. I don't want to talk about it, but I want to grow as a person. I want to become a better person and I want to help others. Because if I can lose 110 pounds, literally anyone can. So, let's get started. My whole life, I have never felt skinny. There have been moments in my life that I felt beautiful, but for most of my life, I haven't felt skinny. I've never liked my body, ever. When I was about 8 or 9 years old, I remember sitting on the swing set with my friends, and we all went around and said how much we weighed, and they were like, I weigh 60 pounds, I weigh 70 pounds, and I weighed 90 pounds. I don't know if that's like too much for a little kid to weigh. I don't think it is. I don't think I've ever been like, at that point I don't think I was like the fat kid, but I wasn't proud of that. I knew I wasn't the skinniest, and I knew I probably never would be. After that moment, I asked my mom, still about 8 or 9 years old, I asked my mom if it would be possible for me to lose 100 pounds. Her obvious answer was no, but I think it told her that I was interested in losing weight and that I had major body issues. So I weighed 90 pounds when I was like 8 years old, 9 years old probably. I think I was going into 3rd grade. I weighed 90 pounds, and then the next thing I knew, I was in high school and I weighed 220 pounds. I never remember weighing less than 200 pounds except for being a child. And I don't think it's because, I just gained 130 pounds overnight. I probably just didn't care and I didn't pay attention. My parents always put me in sports and activities, especially in middle school, because they knew I was going through puberty, and with that goes hormones, and hormones can fluctuate your weight. Fluctuate it is an understatement. I gained a lot of weight in middle school. I was on the swim team and I did dance and I took tennis lessons. I know I tried soccer at one point. Like, my parents weren't like, it wasn't like they were not open to me trying new things and trying new sports and things. Like, if I wanted to try it, we tried it. In middle school, when I gained all this weight, I got what is called a buffalo hump. And I'm not very, I don't know, I kind of still have it. I definitely get it when I gain weight. But like, my shoulders kind of slope in, and then I have like this fatty deposit on the top of my shoulders, on my neck. And it was really concerning to my parents because even like I was on the swim team, and so I wore a swimsuit and everybody wore swimsuits. And so like, my parents could kind of see like the body shapes of different girls, and it was really concerning to them because even the girls that like were a little bit heavier, none of them had this buffalo hump. And it didn't go away. She took me to a doctor, and when we were there, that was just one of her questions was, like, what is this? And they said to her, they're like, it's a fatty deposit. It's just, if she loses weight, it'll probably go away. And it was always a concern to them. I had my spine checked. We found out that I have a completely flat spine. So when I was having like lower back problems as a 13-year-old, we found out that there was a lot of pressure like in the point where like the large part of your spine goes into your tailbone. I was having a lot of pressure right there. And they said that would be remedied if I lost weight. And so there's all these things that were happening that it was like, if she loses weight, if she loses weight. And so I just stopped going to the doctor. I stopped asking questions because it was like, well, that's your only solution for me. Like, there's no cause for why I've gained so much weight so quickly. And I mean, doctors are great. I have nothing wrong with doctors. And we can go into like my experience with doctors and losing weight and that kind of thing in another video, but they never really helped me discover what was going on. Like, my parents had to be my advocates for finding out why I gained weight so quickly and so much of it. And we later found out when I was in high school, because they were really concerned because this buffalo hump thing that my doctor said that as I grew, it would just probably go away, didn't go away. And so they finally took me to an endocrinologist when I was 16, and we found out that I have elevated levels of testosterone because I had facial hair, and they were concerned about the buffalo hump, and that's a typical symptom of a disease called Cushing's disease, which is when you have a tumor or a growth on your hypothalamus. And so that was really concerning to my parents, and they ruled out Cushing's disease, which is awesome, but they didn't rule out a lot of things. And so they said that I showed signs of having polycystic ovarian syndrome, but technically they don't diagnose PCOS until you're trying to conceive. And because I've never tried to conceive in my life, I have never officially been diagnosed with PCOS, but I have all of the major symptoms, and 3 out of 10 women are diagnosed with that at some point in their life, and probably more go undiagnosed because they don't have as many problems conceiving. So there's definitely some hormonal imbalances. I'm not going to blame that on all of my weight gain, because it's definitely, 80% of it is probably behavioral. I like food. I've grown up around food. Like, everybody in my family struggles with their weight, so it's not shocking to me that this is the point in my life that I'm at. Wow, that went on for a long time, and I just meant for it to be a little thing. When I was in high school, when I was 16, my parents really wanted me to get, not just my parents, I did too, because I was 16, and, I liked boys and whatever. And I wanted to feel pretty and attractive, and I never really did. So we tried a lot of different weight loss methods. I tried Weight Watchers. LA Weight Loss, which is kind of like Weight Watchers, but they just categorize your food a little bit differently. Instead of counting points, you count food groups. I don't know if LA Weight Loss is even an option anymore. Maybe it's just online, but I went to a center where they weighed me there. I did Jenny Craig in high school for a long time, and I lost 20 pounds doing that, and then it didn't work. In college, I got myself a Body Bug, which tracked how many calories you burned during the day. It's kind of like a Fitbit, just like the first prototype of that. So I used that for a while, and I, lost 6 pounds and then got bored. I've tried MyFitnessPal and calorie counting. That's never worked. I tried Atkins for 5 minutes. And then for 1 semester in college, I did the Virgin diet, which is a lot like the paleo diet, except you can't have eggs on the Virgin diet. So I've tried a lot of different things. And then my junior year of college, my brother and sister-in-law told me about a diet that they were on, and they were really successful with. And it was called Ideal Protein. And so I tried that, and I lost 45 pounds, 35 pounds in 3 months. And I really liked it. I felt really good. I was at the lowest that I've ever been in my memory, and that was 209 pounds. Yeah, so not even close to my goal weight. But I did that, and then I took the summer off, and I thought I was going to go back in the fall, and I didn't. And then I gained 70 pounds. I can't believe I just said that. I gained 70 pounds in a year and a half. That was all, it was stress, but it was definitely behaviors. And I didn't move a lot. I didn't drink a lot of water. I ate a lot of foods that were comforting to me because it was my senior year of college, and I worked full time. I went to school full time, and I just let myself go. So then I decided I wanted to get married. And so I went and bought a wedding dress. And the moment that was a wake-up call to me was when they measured me at a size 26 wedding dress. Now, I don't normally wear a size 26 anything. And they're like, oh, it's okay. Like, it's like vanity sizing. I'm like, isn't vanity sizing the other way? Like, don't you want it to be like a size less than you normally wear because it's your wedding dress? But they measured me at a size 26. So I ordered a size 26 women's dress, and that's another story for another day. And then I decided that I was going to lose weight because that's naturally what you do after you buy your wedding dress. I went back to Ideal Protein. I went to a different center, and they weighed me in on my first day at 279.5 pounds. And I did that for about 6 months. Yeah, I think about 6 months. I did it very dedicated, and then it was time to get my wedding dress altered, and so my tailor said, you have to stop losing weight. So I did. I stopped losing weight, and I started gaining it back because I just didn't care. I slowed down, and then the wedding came and happened, and I just gained it all back. Not all of it. Oh my God, not all of it. But quite a bit of it. So at my lowest from that time that I lost weight, I was 216 pounds. And then at our wedding, I was like 222. And then we went on our honeymoon, and I just kind of got stuck in a honeymoon phase. And so I just took the rest of the summer and the fall off of Ideal Protein. And I went back this last Tuesday, and I said, I'm ready. I'm done with this. I want to be completely finished. So my goal weight is 140 pounds, and I'm ready to go. So Ideal Protein, what's the idea behind it? Ideal Protein is a low carb, low fat, protein adequate diet. So it's not high protein. I'm not eating like 20 eggs a day. Like it's the amount of protein that your body needs, but you just cut most of the carbs. It's less than 20 carbs a day, and it's low fat. And I don't really know how much fat I eat in a day because, sometimes I have salad dressing. They want you to add olive oil into your like lunch and dinner. So I don't count how much fat because there's fat in animal protein. But the way it works is that you eat 3 packets a day, one for breakfast, one for lunch, and one for a snack. At breakfast, you get to have a cup of coffee or a cup of tea with 1 ounce of milk and a limited amount of sweetener. So I usually use 1 or 2 Splendas in my coffee. And then you take a multivitamin and a potassium. At lunch, you eat another packet and 2 cups of veggies and an unlimited amount of salad. So I think like lettuce salad. And then you can put this dressing on it called Walden Farms. I don't really like the taste of Walden Farms. I'm still kind of trying out what I like. When I find out, I'll let you guys know. But I have just put like olive oil or lemon juice or a mixture of vinegar and oil on my salads. And sometimes I'll just do like a tiny little bit of like regular dressing, like regular ranch, because that doesn't have any carbs in it. It's kind of high fat, or regular Italian, because it's the same way. And then for dinner, you get 7 ounces of lean protein and 2 cups of veggies, and again, an unlimited amount of salad that you want. And then you take a multivitamin, 2 omega-3s, 2 calcium, magnesium, and then with your snack, you eat a packet and then 2 calcium, magnesium. You have to drink 64 fluid ounces of water a day. I usually drink about a gallon just because I'm hungry, because it's not a lot of food, but it fills you up. It gives you what you need, and it is a ketogenic diet, if you've ever wondered about those. My brother eats ketogenic, but he doesn't use Ideal Protein. So it is possible without the Ideal Protein, but I like it because I don't have to think about it. I don't have to think about my foods or anything like that. It's just laid out for me. It's easy, and I lose weight quickly on it. So with all that being said, we're gonna lose 110 pounds, and I'm excited to share this journey with you. I need you guys to help me out though. I haven't decided how many updates I want to do about it, because I think sometimes they get kind of monotonous. It was like, well, this week I added too much salt to my salad, or this week, blah, blah, blah. And I lost half a pound. I lost 2.5 pounds. That kind of thing. I think that it gets kind of boring and monotonous. So you let me know how often you want to see my updates. I was thinking either monthly or every time I hit a milestone. Like if I hit 20 pounds, I'll do an update. If I hit 50 pounds, I'll do an update. Those kinds of things. Or every 10 pounds I lose, maybe I'll do an update then. So you guys let me know what you think is a good amount of updates, because I don't want to bore you, but I do want you to be informed, and I want you to follow along on this journey. Also, if you would like me to do a video more in depth on Ideal Protein and how you can get started on Ideal Protein, let me know. Ideal Protein is not sponsoring me. I wish they would, but they're not right now. So yeah, so let me know if you want me to go more in depth on the protocol, how it works, and all of that kind of thing. And if you want me to do a diet tips video, I'm obviously not the best at it. I always quit in the middle of it because I get bored. But this time I'm not going to. I'm really going to do it. I'm done being this weight. I'm done being this size. Yeah. So I'm going to throw in some pictures right now. This is what I look like right now. And I'm excited not to look like this anymore. If you like this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you randomly clicked on this video, I'm glad you did. I'm glad you want to join us. Be sure to subscribe and leave a comment below with either of those things. Anything else would be lovingly appreciated. And we will see you next time. Bye, guys.